The recording is now live, which means I'm now launching RE4. Presumably, we shall finish this. I can't imagine we wouldn't. From what I read, there's 2 more chapters. We are starting 6, and then there's 7. And it's the island, which is the shortest section. Is that true in the remake? I don't really recall timing myself, but I believe it was true. What in the world? Oh my lord. What in the world? So when the game full screened, or did that weird turn my monitor black, I guess it unmuted my stream preview for some reason. Don't know why. But it's muted now. We won't have that weirdness. Anywho. Welcome to the stream, Miss Roxy, as we launch into the beginning of chapter 6. A bad guy, Mr. Krauser, has stolen the amber. And we're gonna steal it back.
You look like you've got something to say.
I have something to ask you. But I don't think I'll get a straight answer. Raccoon City. You know, after the incident, the world changed.
Yes.
Try to save one person, 100 others die. I guess I changed too.
You. Leon S. Kennedy. You haven't changed. You just think you have.
So here's my question.
You changed?
Have you changed, Ada? Or are you just trying to use me again?
What do you think? We're here. Don't think too hard, handsome. See you later.
Story of my life.
There we go. A tracking device. I don't think that showed in the cutscene with Leon. But I'm not 100% sure either. She could just shoot Krauser, but we know he wouldn't die. But does she know he wouldn't die?
Whose blood are you here for this time? Mine or Sadler's?
That all depends on you. Change of plans. Of course, you're free to refuse.
Think that gun's gonna be enough?
Interesting.
Okay. I'll do it. But cost you extra.
Wise decision. I'll send you the new coordinates. And remember, I do not like
Waiting, I know.
It's very interesting to me that Wesker is like physically here.
I've got a ways to go.
This suitcase I was given, I'm assuming that's the bomb that blows everything up. Memento. There we go. That's the screen that I want this on. Alright. Anywho, here we are, ready to go. Ready to annihilate him. Merchant? But where's my merchant friend? You make a purchase for 3. Sell something. Where am I going? There's a sub-objective. Main objective down there. All the way down there. Office facility. Cool. Alright. Let's see. I need way more inventory space. I wonder if the merchant has another upgrade. And what do I have? Well, actually, I have the charm for handgun, so I'm just gonna do that. There we go. All good. Let's be on our way. Excuse you. I don't actually know where I'm going. I don't know the island map. Especially not in the remake. I need a degree of memory. I see some. Whoa. No problem, just a few nerds. Ooh, and a yellow herb. I'll gladly take that. Heard someone. Did they hear me? Don't believe so. Oh, well, they definitely heard. Oh, right. I haven't healed. I did not even pay attention to my health bar. So not prepared for that dodge cue. Because I thought I would hit him and he would die. Or be stunned. Which neither happened. Okay, well, first death is free, so let's move on as if that didn't happen. Alright, anyway. I do have a load of grenades, don't I? I should probably use them. Alright. Question is, does he turn around? Yes. Oh, I did not duck early enough. You know, since my health is so low, I was actually about to use that, but remember, there is a yellow herb very shortly around the corner. We need our crystal. Then we need to get our way to that. Alright. Yellow herb should be right here. Oh, and now we won't accidentally die. Because we accidentally get hit. Much better. And we cleared out some inventory space by using grenades. We are productive. They did not drop loot because they're on the elevator, I assume. But that's not a huge deal.
Just up ahead. But getting through won't be easy.
Is it really just up ahead? No. It is. Oh no, the sub objective is just up ahead. Almost facility is much, much, much further ahead. Do you know?
I've got something new for you, mate.
Well, I have a pocket watch, depraved idol, a crystal, that.
Ruby's all rubbish, it makes no difference.
Let's sell you a hand grenade as well.
I'll buy it at a high price.
I don't think he has what I want.
That cash in your pocket or your life.
Hmm.
Choice, mate.
Well, in that case.
Try that on. That's about
Oh yeah, I need a lot of money.
weapon. Crossing your T's, dotting your I's. That's the way to be.
Need a lot of money. Get that upgrade.
I'll buy almost anything.
Or a ticket, but you know I'm gonna use the money.
A deal well struck. Anything else I can help you? Thank you.
To save up.
Check out my wares again.
No, 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 what are you doing?
Here we go.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, you go right over there. I missed way too much. I should not have missed that much. Ah, you got it.
Not again.
Well, hello. I'm gonna leave now. Wow, now that is all kinds of rude. Another sapphire. Um, all in all, that didn't go too bad, I suppose. I got hit because I was dumb. But we shall let's walk it off. It'll be fine. Handgun ammo and red cable going along everywhere for some reason.
Sorry I'm late.
I brought the medicine just in time.
Can you stand?
Where's Luis?
He was worried about you. Until the end.
Yep, he's dead.
Come on. We don't have much time.
If only you knew how to use a gun,
Let's get rid of
Ashley.
these things.
For Luis.
Ada, come in. There's a lab where we can remove the parasites. Had a crazy hunch that you'd know where it is.
Their most important facilities are housed in their sanctuary at the top of the mountain. That's where I look.
Huh. Ada the encyclopedia.
Happy
Wow.
to help. Now you owe me.
What a compliment, Leon.
Don't die on me now.
So yeah, there's a lot of places we can go. We're gonna go this way. Nope,
Hey, what
Oh, we're
would
not.
happen?
we're gonna go this way. Oh, hello, merchant. I have not really gathered much since I last saw you.
Sure to find something.
Oh, but beautiful beetles. One in dissection. Someone stole the other. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah,
Open this to get to the cons facility.
this is not gonna be great. Researchers scrawled note. Okay, can't rush. Gotta get the facts down. First, the test subjects are loose in the facility. Second, the only way out is shut. The high voltage power unit is missing, and the exit won't open without one. Research. There's a power unit in there. It's an emergency power supply for when one of the test subjects escapes. It should do the job. Problem is, how do I get there with those things running wild? Thing can't give up. Got a family. I can make it. I can do this. I have to.
It needs
For
some
them.
power, though.
I'm sure he made it. And he just somehow put the power back when he was done. Oh, I love this rifle ammo that I don't have. You know, I'd say that all that yellow tape just on the ladder is probably a hazard. Big safety hazard. Hey, you're not test subjects. Subject analysis Regenerador. Date April 9th. The last ever created new life. I call it Regenerador. Its metabolic capacity is incredible. Unless all the parasites residing within the organism destroyed, its tissue can regenerate indefinitely. Date April 10th. Upon examining the body with a biosensor scope, I was able to confirm that the parasites behaved like vital organs for the host, so it has multiple hearts. New creation of mine is essentially immortal. Even Dr. Frankenstein himself would want to shake my hand in admiration. 13th. I shared the news of my achievement with that pretentious bastard colleague of mine. His face went white. Then he started scribbling something in his notebook. I thought he'd be impressed, but instead he actually had the nerve to warn me about the so-called dangers. He's a fool, I've everything under control. I'm pretty sure this exact note is in the main game. 8. Nothing. Subject went wild and escaped from its cryogenic tank. I was the real fool. Well, the problem is I don't have the sniper. I have the biosensor scope for some reason. And it can't be used with anything. So, I mean... Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. As it typically is. Hold on. Notice my green screen is a bit weird right now. Did not notice that. Let's see. Now I'm a lot brighter. But that does clear up that. And lighting and all that, I will have a better solution for in time. Now that I have a permanent setup. I just need to slowly upgrade. But the microphone, which is more important, is on the way. And once I verify that I need nothing else for that, I will look into another camera and maybe rearranging my lighting setup. Yeah, so here's the problem. Again, I don't have the biosensor scope. Now, if I did, or I know I have the biosensor scope, I don't have anything with which to use it. I thought that, or it would have been nice if I could have used it with the TMP. I can't. That's unfortunate. Huh? Sure, this will be completely fine. I'll just put it into her side pocket.
That was bound to happen.
Yeah, it sure is dark, ain't it, Ada? Sure. Where's treasure? There's treasure in dissection, which one of which is the... But I don't know if I can get it now that I turned off the power. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore him. I think. I don't know if that was the regenerator or if that was... It almost sounds like it's one of the guys that has the tier 3 parasite attached to him. So, where's their treasure? This part sure would not suck as much if I had a sniper rifle. I think we're just gonna not do this objective. Or get those treasures, unfortunately. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought going on. Oh, damn it, you weren't supposed to. Really? I just saved you from the parasite, and that's how you know. That's just... So, that's locked. This isn't. like that's giving me more rifle ammo. Very little I can do with that. Ooh. I do love fish. That's always a good thing to find. He undoubtedly is in there, right? No, unfortunately, also undoubtedly, that is the only way to go. Oh, wow. There's literally nothing to be done.
Another one.
You know, sir, I'm just trying to get through. Thank you. My loot. Me loot. They can't get up here, can they? They lack the ability to jump or grab onto things. Fatal weakness. And power is over there. Hello, merchant.
Welcome. Well then, what can I do you for?
Selling that.
Valuables won't do you much good in the grave. A deal well struck.
If only I had a square gem, or I'm sorry, a rectangular gem.
Ruby's all rubbish, it makes no difference. The price, well, good as new. Anything else I can help you with?
No, I think that is largely it. But while I remember to do so, some ammo. Plug in the power, and we're gonna go.
Not exactly covert, but it'll have to do.
I don't remember this area. I don't think Leon went this way. Could be wrong. Installation of the highly sensitive antenna array on the island is finally complete. With it, the activities of hostile organizations, including those that use intelligence services, be accurately intercepted in one. We can hear all. First, we will use this to gather intel and plan for the day of the kidnapping. Certainly ensure our success. Show the entire world how that country's security is all bark and Krauser. I wonder if I can get away with not attacking any of them. Wasting no ammo. Wow, nice throw, dude.
Excuse me, can I see your ticket? Well, this isn't good.
Oh yeah, that's actually not good at all. Hold on, I might need to shoot him. Okay, my insistence on not shooting is not working as well as I would like. You guys are running. Oh, that didn't help me there. Also, probably doesn't matter since I'm. For those guys, not training them doesn't avail me any. Now I'm here with them.
Not my favorite carnival ride.
Or they're not alive anymore? They're just gone? Well, congratulations. Now you can be cripplingly injured. Is that the merchant again? No. Yeah.
You're sure to welcome. Got a selection of
Yeah, I mean,
cocktails on
I
sale.
don't have anything new, sir.
Next time, buy something, eh?
You were literally just over there. Bug Buster. They are really defending this comrade. Wait, is this where the end of the game was? I guess it was. It wasn't. I thought that was where Leon would go into fight Sadler. That purple. I don't actually know now. What are we looking for?
The area is well guarded. I need to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, without zooming in. Interest. I think so. Oh, there it is.
A radio tower. That's where I need to go.
What are we doing at the radio tower, I wonder? Okay. I thought I was behind the cover, but I guess not. Alright, well, where does it say the bugs are? I don't know.
A radio tower. That's where I need to go. The area is well guarded. I need to be careful.
Yeah, I know about being careful. What I don't know is... Oh, so they can see me, kind of. See you, nerds. You bastard. Would you die already? Dear lord. Hello, that's nice explosive you got. Hmm. Well, um, okay, well, if you would follow me. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I wish I had red earth. I really don't want to heal with, stick green. But I mean, come on. I needs a red. Okay, well, that's nice at least. Did he transform into the one that has the parasite? I was gonna say there's a weird sound effect, but just the explosion. I thought that would have just killed him. Oh, I thought they were coming from that way. Oh, now that was a good one. Would be a good one too. Maybe. Holy jeez. He really tanked those. He really tanked those shots. But we're good. I'm going to turn this back. And we're gonna hobble onto the battlefield. Hopefully, acquire a red. Or even yellow. Uh, I mean, nor get money. Yeah, money. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love money. It's just, money is not healing me at the moment. Only Ada could tie her life force into the amount of money she has, and then you'd be set. I'm playing a dangerous game by not healing. That's just how I roll. Oh, look, another green. And nothing else. Oh, it's gonna do it. It's not a lot, but should provide a bit of safety. Oh, no. I don't like the sound of that.
Here.
Oh, it shot him once. That is a very powerful gun. I'll take it. All this delicioso ammo. Oh, hello.
Oh, it's just one thing after another today.
Alright. Oh, I could go back down to where it was. I'm to. Do I have a grenade? Oh boy. Okay. Damn, if only I would have very quickly done that. Oh, now I see why I want to vault over. Now we can go here. Okay. We need to be really on top of this. Oh, it doesn't even chase you the whole way. Anticlimactic. I'm alive, so there's that. You, sir. What? Why not?
Need to find the main terminal.
Looks like we're done with all the major opposition. Um, Looks like an interestingly familiar room in its own way. What? Oh, damn it. Decode? Or do I? Some sort of numeric hint somewhere. Was there a file I picked up that I didn't about? I also don't know if I passed any bugs, but we'll worry about that. Not right now, if ever. So it's supposed to say Leon was not here. No going back, right? Yeah. No. Just enter a random code. Oh, okay. I don't know why I wouldn't just do that originally. Hey. How do I... Yeah, I know. Oh, duh, C. The Amber research report well. Research into the Amber continues on the island. We are beginning to get a clearer picture. There is still much. The Amber is proving its usefulness. Although it is still dormant, it has great influence over other parasites. It strengthens. I'm convinced that this optimizes the relationship between parasite and host. In our experiments, we were able to recreate this. One of our test subjects. It's a great achievement. We want to test its influence over the superior species of plaga. However, only those at the top of Los Illuminados are hosts to this particular parasite, and they would never agree to participate in any experiments. I need to plan carefully if I wish to find any volunteers.
Something tells me this isn't just a comms facility.
Really, Ada? What in Earth told you that? Subject analysis Martinicho. The effects of the Amber are greater than anything I could have imagined. Martinicho was once a fragile, uncontrollable test subject that was despised for being born. After numerous experiments, it gained tremendous resilience and regenerating abilities, and now it is impervious to conventional weapons. Now for the bad news, it may be stronger, but its mental capacity is not improved at all. In the unlikely event that it breaks free, there is little we can do to maintain it. Only the powerful lasers can stop it for good. I see. Good thing we're going there with the unstoppable force. Artenicho.
You don't look friendly.
Yeah, not really.
If that thing catches me, I'm done for.
Yeah, well, where are we going, Ada? Well, that just looked like a dead end, to be fair. I'm really sure where I was supposed to go at that point.
You don't look
Yeah,
friendly.
you don't look friendly, we get that. I didn't see what this exactly does.
If that thing catches me, I'm done for.
Oh, there we go.
This is where we say goodbye.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that might be true for long. I wish I could turn on the flashlight forcibly because I wanted to be able to see. Also, not just see red.
My new friend was the result of some experiment.
Is it really that obvious, Ada, though? Honestly. Zoop. Whoa, excuse you. Why were you just standing there? hiding? I assume? Ooh, that is an ornate necklace, alright. The Amber Research Report 14. My findings show the Amber has the ability to invigorate even the superior species of plaga. Wise to choose Krauser as the guinea pig. The others are too suspicious, but Krauser's incessant lust for power was more than enough to convince him to take part in my experiments. The results have been excellent. The growth of the superior species can now easily surpass that of a regular parasite. He is without a doubt one of the most powerful people I've ever seen. The only thing we have to fear now is the power sleeping within. How can I prepare? What should I do if it is awakened? It does not matter. Writing these reports no longer has any meaning. Adler came to me. The ampoule he handed over is still in front of me. Not too much. I realize what will happen if I inject myself with it. Will he kill me if I defy him? I place the gun to my own head. Will be a long night. Well, well, well. And here we are at the beginning, quote unquote.
Lasers. Better watch out.
I believe they brought back the laser hallway. Now it's not a quick time event, it's actually you know, dodging them ish. That is probably a dodge.
Oh, that was excessive. This is it. Now, how to connect the device.
Yeah, what is your device doing anyway? I thought it was the bomb, but that she has to bring it here, I don't know. I mean, it could result in an explosion.
I'm at the site and jacked into the main terminal.
Yeah, it's for the explosion.
Blow up this entire island, including the president's daughter. Won't that make things harder for you?
There's no room for half measures. The weak exist to serve the strong. Enough talk. Bring me the amber. I've arranged a way for you to get back to the island.
Copy that. On it now.
Alrighty.
Okay, Luis. What was it that you said again? You should have known by now, Whisker, that I don't always play by your rules. Okay, I'm done here.
Alright, well. That's all there is. That just temporarily halting the countdown, I assume. Everything is fine. Oh yeah. Now we gotta dodge.
Only one way through this.
While also dodging.
now, Sadler.
And now she's off to save. She's off with Amber, but also she's there to save Leon. Let's be honest. Beat 10 enemies with the grapple gun melee attacks. Well, here we are, the final chapter.
Now, find Leon and Sadler.
Shouldn't be too hard, honestly.
Leon's headed for their sanctuary. I'll meet him there.
Yep. This is where Leon runs to get to the jet ski.
Oh, nothing but finest ways. Welcome. Ooh, what you buying? Ruby's
No.
all rubbish. It makes no difference. The price, well, that's our choice to make.
Yeah, I don't really have the luxury of waiting around to find more treasures, because this is the final chapter.
Thank you. Well, we've given this one all we have to give. Treat it with the respect. Good as new. Try that on for size. This kind of work.
There we go.
What can I do you for? Hope to see you again soon, stranger.
Now let's be off. Perfect red 9. Are you speaking to me? Oh. It doesn't matter. Wait. There's a lot of you now. Alright, getting some ammo. Make sure we're definitely prepared. No. We definitely don't need that. What we need is to leave. Oh. I also don't want to deal with that.
Here we go.
I would really like a red herb. It sure would. I'm low on the healings. I'm sure it'll be fine though. It always is. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. I don't think there's much more to the Saddler room. But I suppose we shall find out. That's where we fight Saddler. Where Leon does. I don't know if we does. Heard a treasure. So much money and so little help. What could this be?
Voy a bañarme.
Beret? What do you mean a beret? Is that a key item? Oh, there's the red herb. Don't know where I found that, but I'll gladly take and use it. No, it's Krauser's beret and it's worth some money. Whoa, excuse me, sir. Ah. You have got to be kidding me. I don't want to deal with you guys. Okay, let's try that again. By that, I mean, you know, getting through here without running into a million. I guess.
Almost there.
No, that's true. We are almost there, in fact. Is she a statue? What did it say? Where Leon? Ah. I thought about these bugs just 1 second too late. Because I'm like, you know, there are bugs in here for Leon. Sure enough, there are for Ada.
Join our covenant. All blessings unto him and the sweet mercy they bring. Exalt all and let it be so.
Leon! Go!
Boom. Yeah.
Wayward lamb, servant of the heretic wolf. This will be your trial and tribulation.
Oh. Excuse me, sir.
There is no escape.
Well, I'm not really trying to escape, to be fair. I do not really have health, by the by. I mean, this is all I got, so... Yeah. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. Now I know. Yeah. Well, that'll happen. That will happen. I generally know what to expect. Let's open up with the one explosive arrow I got. Why not? And then... Yeah.
Tribulation. You were the one in for a world of hurt.
Oh, yeah. I thought I was away from... Oh, okay. That's cool. That's very cool. Oh, I thought I was like supposed to shoot him or use a knife on his face. His face eye. No mutations love eyeballs. Why? I don't know, but eyeballs are the most commonly mutated thing. Or how quick that is. You would think that would get a dodge prompt, but it, in fact, it doesn't. Oh, I forgot to do a lot of things. Oh, this arena is also, like, way bigger than I thought.
Tribulation. You were the one in for a world of hurt.
There is no escape.
Oh, hey, health. Really? Can I, like, get some distance? Thank you. Okay. Very, very interesting. I thought I had the grenade equipped still, because I have 2 of them. Good lord. Oh, there we go. Shoot his mouth eye.
Did that hurt?
Oh dear, hold on. Uh, okay. I was behind cover, but you say so. Think I might be able to crouch under that? Not 100% sure. Oh, I saw the prompt, but only when I was in the middle of it, which doesn't make sense, because, you know, your first instinct should be to be in the middle of it. At least that makes sense to me. So I gotta dodge it here. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought he was charging up the spit.
The glory of Las Plagas is eternal.
Excuse me, sir. Actually, I probably do want to just stick with the pistol for now. Oh, hello. But do we know he's not dead?
Control, come in. I have the package. This is gonna be hard to explain at customs.
Well done, Ada. Evacuate immediately.
Understood.
Someone is coming to pick you up.
Why not make sure he's dead, though?
I trust everything is fine on your
Mm.
end, too. Yeah.
How do you not hear the tentacly sounds? The tentacular sounds.
Ada!
Bug.
Sadler!
If only she had a red 9 in the cutscene, this would be going a lot better.
Renegade! You have forsaken holy body. The great gift to become one with us.
I wonder how this goes for Ada. Imagine it might be the same as Separate Ways. Or the original.
Not long until the bombs on this island start popping off. Time to wrap things up.
I can just watch Leon fight. He sucks. Red warhead. You know it's strong because it's a red warhead.
I need to hurry.
Oh, now I need to hurry. Okay, well, when you put it that way. No contrato. Shut up, Windows. Really? Another bastard who is choosing to be a plaga. Hold on, guys. Wow, I really dodged the wrong way there. Reload the damn gun, Ada.
Here we go.
Okay, Ada's 100% fine. Microsoft, get your damn pop-up out of my face. Hey, why can't I grapple shield all the time? Oh. Oh. I thought I hit space, but I guess I didn't. Why no grapple shield on the stairs? Because they couldn't animate it? Oh, that was too much work. Oh my lord. Yeah, I know.
Just what I was looking for.
I get it. I will open up with the shotgun, I suppose.
I need to hurry.
Except for him. That was a lot easier to do. Excuse me, Ada. Yeah, we'll just do that. See you, nerd. I can't believe that that guy survived. Really? Alright, we're doing fine. Just blasting through everything, quite literally.
Deja vu.
Now we've got to get to him, I assume.
Time to end this. Hold on, Leo.
Hold on, but we gotta read this. Give the rocket launcher to Lily. Thank you for purchasing our warheads. Thank you for your order, Major Krauser. We're humbled you chose to do business with us, and it is an honor to supply you with our arms. To briefly explain their features, the warheads you requested are hardened to pierce heavily armored targets. They're painted red to make them easier to identify among similar munitions. Not only can they penetrate tank armor and pillboxes, but the explosively formed penetrator jet can even perforate a battleship's thick hull. They are somewhat overpowered, so it is fair to say that there's not a single combat vehicle that can withstand these warheads. We are in no position to ask how you will use these weapons, and it is none of our business, but there is no target that would require the immense destructive power that they possess. Please use them. Then why do you make them? Newman Arms Corp. Imagine making a weapon and then saying, you don't need this, no one needs this. Oh, I'm actually full health. Do I get to use it? No. Oh my lord, I was not trying to grapple him, I was just pushing a button to loot. I know you can still make it, we're literally going to make it. Well, now I want to do that. Oh my lord. Am I supposed to go in here? Okay. I couldn't hit that when neither of them were inside, because they weren't. Hello, Ashley.
Leon needs help. Hurry.
Why aren't you helping? What are you doing? You can find a gun. An axe. Or just, you know, anything to throw. Pretty sure I did not spend this long dodging as Leon.
Use this.
I'll give you a holy body.
So through the power of horrible one-liners, Leon kills him. The stabbing was just irrelevant to him dying. So he was gonna die anyway because the island's blowing up, so... Is the true hero Wesker?
Ada, doing?
Nothing personal, Leon. Luis and I had an arrangement. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. Ride's here. You coming?
I think we both know this is where we go our separate ways.
It again.
I see.
But why? You can have a nice helicopter ride home.
Better get a move on.
Cute.
Until next time, Leon.
Leon!
So they do their escaping and all that.
Patch me through. I've obtained the amber.
Excellent.
Just one question. What are you planning to do with this?
I do not pay you to ask questions. All you need to know is a new dawn is breaking. 100 will give their lives so that just one may live. I am expediting that change.
So, we're talking millions of casualties.
Billions.
How ambitious. We're changing course now.
Why would he even tell her? Like, is it still not going to show where she's going, supposedly? I mean, maybe. Let's just, watch it turn into the tiniest speck in the distance for the entire credits. But, yeah, Separate Ways. Very good. But more of Resident Evil 4 is good in general. It was a wonderful remake, a wonderful game, and I am glad to have returned to it and seen more. Seen more very good stuff. It was a most certainly worthwhile DLC. That's a boat. Not where she was going. She was going away from the boat. One of the two. I'm sure there's going to be an after credit scene. Probably, I assume. Yeah, I mean, it's really nothing negative to say about it. It's short, but again, it was like $10. I think it was $10. Well, I mean, either way, it was worth it. You know, it's funny though. There's some people. I was reading comments on Reddit before I played this, before I bought it even, about how this DLC has as much content for a sixth of the cost of Resident Evil 3, and after playing it, they really dropped the ball on that remake. I mean, I liked it, but in retrospect, yeah, they kind of shafted Resident Evil 3 and charged way too much for it besides, which was unfortunate. But this was good. Resident Evil 4 was good. Very good. This was very good too, honestly, but the point is, yeah. There's nothing overly, like, groundbreaking about this DLC, other than it just being more Resident Evil 4, so it's a solid 8 out of 10 experience. Definitely well worth the cost. I don't know if I can skip the credits and still see the scene. Usually, I really don't want to sit through the whole thing, so let's see. Assuming there even is an after credits scene. Who said huh? Who's haunting my score? Get the exclusive upgrade for weapon. Defeat Osmond Sadler. Use your maximum health to the limit. Standard mode. Hardcore mode. There you go. Ooh, dress. Undercover. Outfits for them, but they like never appear. Or well, Wesker doesn't.
This is Control, you're flying off course, report. This is Control, you're flying off course, report. This is Control, you're flying off course, report. The pilot isn't responding.
Sir, the explosions failed to detonate simultaneously. Calculated destruction is well below 50% of the estimates. Most of the island remains intact.
Oh, Ada. What to do with you?
The choppers is still within range, sir. Should we open fire?
No. Her little act of defiance changes nothing. Besides, we have all we need. We continue. As planned. Soon, the sun will set on the age of man.
Alrighty. Through weapons that you can achieve in S. That eventually. So that cutscene's nice because unlike the original, it didn't actually show an in-game reasoning for why he had plaga samples in 5. I mean, it was known off-screen. I don't know what media they showed it in or talked about it in, probably a document from 5 that he recovered Krauser's body, but there we saw it. And then also, I think it's very clear they're going to remake 5, which honestly they should remake 5 and 6 because 4 is beloved. 4 pushes the boundaries of what is Resident Evil. When the original came out, people said that's when it stopped being Resident Evil survival horror. It became an action game. And on one hand, that is true. But 5 was really not a horror game. 5 was just an action co-op game. And 6 is whatever the fuck 6 is. Now, with this remake, Resident Evil 4 at least does maintain a lot more Resident Evil thematics. Still actiony, but it's got a lot more horror elements than does the original. I like it. So really, now it's just 5 and 6 that stand out amongst all other Resident Evil entries as not being horror games. So they're definitely going to remake 5. I hope they remake 6. So then we have it complete. Although, given their agedness and the fact that everything else is modern at this point, again except 5 and 6, we still need Code Veronica, because that is ye old and not playable for a lot of people. And then Resident Evil's 1 and 0, which could be honestly they could do 1 and 0 like this, where they remake 1 and then 0 is a $10 DLC because 0 was short as hell. Or they could just combine both into one singularly long game. Now, some of you might say, well, why would they need to remake the original? Because there's already a GameCube remake that's good. And you'd be correct that there is a remake on the GameCube that is good. But look at Resident Evil 2 remake and how that plays, and just imagine that in the mansion. And soon every game will be brought up to this modern standard. So why not do the original? I hope they do. But we will have to see. Regardless, that the Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways completed. I'm going to stop the recording for this, and we're going to take a minute or so break while I set up the next game, because we still have plenty of time with which to stream. So, goodbye Resident Evil viewers, and I will switch over to the next game.